This rolls really into the
See,
conversation.
I rolled over into my policy hat again, and I probably
Well,
shouldn't have done
some
that.
of this rolls over into the conversation I know you want to have and have been having about the renewal of Section 702 of the FISA laws. Obviously, there are great privacy concerns about Americans being swept up in foreign intelligence, domestically American, some of the backdoor use of that information. You want it renewed. Are you open to it being reformed, though, to some extent?
The IC community wants it reauthorized as is. There have been adjustments made in the past. They've been supported by the Civil Liberties and Privacy Group. They've been tested in the courts. They're legitimate. We've made adjustments to make sure that Americans' privacies are not invaded in this process. It has this program has more oversight than any other program in government. All three branches have significant oversight to make sure we are not imposing on Americans' privacy. But we also have to find that balance point to be able to use this tool to keep the Americans from harm.
Is there an anecdote, though, that you could share of, because we had this ability, we were able to?
Yeah. Most of them are classified. I asked for, I said I want to declassify an example that I can present to the intelligence committees, because they were asking, hey, can you tell us more of how this works? First of all, understand, this is authorized collection against a foreign individual, a foreign target. We, by law, cannot target a U.S. person, whether they're in the United States or whether they're anywhere else in the world. This is designed specifically and authorized specifically to go after a foreign target. Now, when we find that foreign target, we have the capability, and this is SIGINT, Signals Intelligence. You'll hear a lot more about that, I think, from Admiral Rogers, and he can go into more detail on that. But you got a bad guy who's talking to other people about doing things that bring harm to Americans. And if that bad guy's talking to an American, we want to know why he's talking to that American and so forth. So, and there's a bunch of procedures that protect Americans' privacy concerns and so forth, and I could spend a lot of time going into that. But let me give you an example. Maybe that's what I gave the Senate Select Committee. This guy named Haji Iman, #2 person in ISIS. We had a $7 million bounty out there if someone could give us information as to his whereabouts. For 2 years, NSA diligently, 24/7, 365, were trying to find out how we could locate this guy. Finally, they did. They located somebody who had a very close relationship with Haji. And so they then had the opportunity to find out where Haji was. We were able to pass that information on. We had special forces up here just a couple of hours ago, the commander. We passed that on. We spent a special group out to take out Haji. As they were approaching it, they started fire. They saw it coming, got into a firefight. We were able to kill Haji. #2 in ISIS. And that's usually the operational guy. The #1 guy is the propaganda guy and the leader and inspirational leader and so forth. Haji was a key person. That's just one example. I had to declassify that so I could get an example, because it's been so misinformed as to what 702 is and isn't. They're not listening to any of your phones.